So I made a video a couple weeks ago called Save the Kids from the Hoes. And I was talking about how these mainstream rappers, especially female rappers, are encouraging young women to just spread their legs wide open, bust it open, okay? Do you know how surprised I was when I seen that majority of the men were the ones that were actually taking up for the children, who were in support of, yeah, we don't like this music, this ain't good for our babies to be listening to. And it was the women standing up for these ratchet, promiscuous artists that are influencing these children. What world do we live in today? I don't understand. You would think women are nurturing, loving, looking out for the kids, protect the babies. No, far from it. I encourage you to go read those comments. For so long, we bash men as if they're these horrible creatures that just ruin society. But the way it's looking, women have a large part to do with why society looks the way it does. A lot of women don't have values no more, no morals, no judgment, just out here. It's so sad.
Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash, and double honors and respect to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth, as well as much respect and honors to the brothers that are pushing this truth in sincerity across the four winds of this earth and risking their lives and freedom to do so. I would also like to give much honors and respect to the brothers and sisters of the hopeful elect that are doing their very best to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High to the best of their abilities. Shalom. As you saw in the short video that I just shared with you, you have this Eve, and she was basically, talking about that she had made a social media video, and she was basically speaking out against these artists, these female artists, such as these Sexy Reds, these Suki Hunters, these Megan Thee Stallions. She was speaking out against these artists and the music that they're pushing out, because these artists that I just named, they're pushing out a bunch of wicked, low vibration, trashy music. Okay, that's influencing the minds, of our women. It's influencing the minds of our children. Okay, and so again, this Eve, she had created a social media video, basically speaking out against these artists. Okay, these female artists. Okay, and she was saying, in that video that she had created, she had a lot of men that were basically supporting what she was saying. Okay, that these female artists are basically pushing out a bunch of wicked low vibration music that's destroying the minds of our women and that's destroying the minds of our children. She said she had a lot of men that basically supported what she was saying. Okay. But then she also had mentioned that she had a lot of women, that had came, and they were basically defending, these female artists that are pushing out this low vibration music. Okay. And she also had mentioned even, that, these women that had came to that video that she had created, they started attacking the men, that were speaking out against these female artists that are pushing out this low vibration, wicked music and whatnot, And when she said that, it didn't surprise me at all, because a lot of our women have, taken on the, these enchantments. A lot of our women have taken on the wicked philosophies, a lot of our women have been deceived by this devil Esau, and so a lot of our women, they're taking on these wicked enchantments and philosophies that's pushed out over here in Babylon the Great, And see, here it is. You can turn on, social media. You can go to some of these social media platforms, like YouTube. You can even go to like Facebook and Instagram, and you will find a lot of our women on these platforms that I just named, half dressed, twerking and whatnot, being thots and being whores, getting these BBLs and getting on these social media platforms and twerking and whatnot, all half dressed and whatnot. A lot of our women, they have become social media whores, attention whores, and that's because a lot of our women have taken on these different enchantments and philosophies, that's pushed out over here in Babylon the Great. And see, and what Esau was doing is he's paying these artists, these female artists, even, men artists as well. But he's paying. But this female, she was talking about these mainly these female artists. And this devil Esau, what he's doing is he's paying these female artists, such as these Sexy Reds and whatnot, to basically push this low vibration, wicked music. Okay. To basically push this low, wicked, trashy music on our people. Okay. Because this devil Esau, he wants for our women to be thots and sluts and whores and whatnot. Okay. He wants for our people to, to be wicked. Okay. He wants for our people to, to look bad and whatnot. Okay. And so what he'll do is he'll pay these artists, okay, to push this wicked music out. And so what these artists have done is they have basically sold out, and they have basically taken a bag from Esau, okay, and they're pushing this wicked vibration music, this low level music, this trashy music out that is really doing a number on a lot of our people, okay. And then she was saying, that here it is, these women were supporting, or these women were coming to the defense of these female artists, that she was speaking out against. Okay. And they were even attacking the men. Okay. And, another thing, too, that I want to bring out here it is. As I was saying, how a lot of our women are taking to social media and twerking and whatnot. Here it is. I'm even seeing little girls. OK, little girls no more than maybe 3, 4, maybe 6, 7 years of age. OK, little girls are now even getting on social media. Okay, these women, these wicked women are having these little girls get on social media and twerking and whatnot. And here it is. These little girls, they're even reciting the lyrics to these songs, that these female artists are putting out, and, that's just sad. That just goes to just really sad, But, when you hear about things like this right here, this just lets you know that, that we got to get the hell up out of Babylon the Great. Because this place has really done a number on a lot of our people, And also, too, this just lets you know that Jacob's trouble is necessary, okay? And with Jacob's trouble, 2/3 of our people, they're going to get caught up into the evils. They're going to get caught up into the calamities, okay, that's coming to Babylon the Great, okay? And here it is that 2/3, a large number of that 2/3 is going to be women, okay? Because, here it is. A lot of our women, the majority of our women over here in Babylon the Great, they're just too far gone. Now here it is. I'm not making this lesson to bash all of our women, because we have some of our women, they have come back and they're trying to do right. But the majority of our women over here in Babylon the Great, they're just too far gone. OK. And so, again, with that being said, Jacob's trouble is necessary. OK. The destruction of Babylon the Great is necessary. OK. Because, 2/3 of our people, they're just too far gone. OK, they're just too far gone. And so, I saw this lesson, and I just thought that I would, Salaki, I saw this video, and I just thought that I would do a quick lesson on it. I'm going to go ahead and bring out a few scriptures, and then we'll end the lesson. All right. The first scripture I want to go to is in the book of Deuteronomy, and this is chapter 23, and this is verse 17. And it reads, "There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel." Okay, and this is what's happened, to a large number, if not the majority of our women over here in Babylon the Great. A large number of our women have become whores and thots, okay? Because, here it is, as I was saying earlier, many of our women, they like to dress in, clothing that's very revealing, okay? They like to dress like thots. And here it is, many of our women, they like to take to social media, and they like to get on social media, and they like to twerk, they like to, they like to run down and get these BBLs, which they're damn near killing themselves trying to get. But here it is, many of our women, they like to get these BBLs, and they like to get on social media, and they like to twerk and whatnot, in very revealing clothing and whatnot, Here it is, many of our women, they like to take a ride on the car carousel. They like to be with multiple men, And here it is, this type of behavior is pushed, very hard upon our people. It's pushed very hard upon our women and little girls, and here it is, one of many ways, that Esau pushes this wicked agenda is by setting up these sellout, artists, such as these Suki Hanas, these Megan Thee Stallions and these Sexy Reds to push this wicked, thought agenda, through the music, and it's not just the female artists that's pushing it. You got male artists that are pushing it as well. You got male artists that have sold out, and they have taken a bag from Esau to push this wicked agenda, and which is, basically destroying a lot of our women, And here it is. As a result of this, a lot of our women becoming, thots and whatnot, many of the men are now staying clear, of the so-called black woman, and where, a lot of men are now, either, going to, either the Northern Kingdom tribes or they're even, going to, women that are not of the tribes. They're even, going to like, non-Israelite women, Here it is, you have a lot of men now. I mean, what they're doing is, they're getting passports and they're going overseas and getting women because, a lot of men, don't want to deal with the so-called black woman anymore because, a lot of our women, had taken on, like I was saying, the enchantments that's pushed out over here in Babylon the Great. And it's not just, the so-called black woman that has taken on, these enchantments such as this thought culture and whatnot. You even got, the Northern Kingdom tribe women's. Some of them, they have taken on, these enchantments as well. Pretty much the majority of these women over here in Babylon the Great, they're pretty much through, And this is why you're having a lot of men now, they're going overseas, okay? And they're getting women, from overseas and whatnot, that have not been, tainted by all of the wicked enchantments, and the wicked philosophies that's being pushed out over here in Babylon the Great. But, this is why, the majority of our women over here in Babylon the Great are going to be destroyed because, the majority of our women, you just have to call it like it is. They're wicked as hell. And the majority of our women have taken on these enchantments that's being pushed out over here. Okay. And here it is. This devil Esau, he pushes out all these wicked enchantments. He does everything contrary to the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments. He pushes this thought culture. He pushes this wicked, this Miss Hot Girl Summer enchantments. He pushes it very hard, and he pushes it very hard on our women. Okay. And again, a lot of our women have taken on these enchantments. Okay. And, a lot of our women, they just have become rebellious and wicked as hell. And again, this is why the majority of our women over here in Babylon the Great are going to be destroyed. Only the elect man, lady, and children will be spared and delivered before the destruction comes to Babylon the Great. Okay. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, and this is chapter 25, and this is verse 24. And it reads, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Okay, and see, this situation to where, the Eve in the video was saying that, women were coming to the defense of these female artists, that are pushing out this trashy music, that's basically telling our women to become thots and whores. That's an example of through the woman we all die. Okay, because, being a thot, being a slut, that's no good. Okay. Being a thot and being a slut, that leads to nothing but multiple baby fathers. It leads to nothing but, different types of diseases and whatnot. Okay. It even leads to destruction. Okay. And, in the Eve in this video, this Eve in the video, she had mentioned that, the women had started attacking the men, who spoke out against, these artists, that are pushing this trashy music agenda, on our people, mainly our women and little girls. Okay. And again, these artists, as I had mentioned earlier, such as these Sexy Reds, these Megan Thee Stallions, these Suki Hunters, they're all getting paid, from these devils, to push, this wicked agenda and to push for our women and little girls to become thots and whores. Okay. And as I was saying, you even got some male artists too. That have taken a bag from Esau to push this wicked agenda as well. Okay. And again, this thought culture, it's no good. Okay. This Miss Hot Girl Summer culture is no good. Okay. And as I was saying earlier, many of our women have taken on these enchantments, that are pushed out over here in Babylon the Great. And this is why you have so many of our women, they're taking on to social media, and they out here on social media twerking, they out here wearing revealing clothing and whatnot, basically showing off all the goodies and whatnot. Okay. This is why you have, many of our women, with multiple baby daddies and whatnot. Okay. Here it is. Many of our women are being passed around. Okay. They're jumping from rod to rod. Again, this stock culture, it's no good. Okay. This stock culture that these artists are pushing, it leads to nothing but destruction. Okay. And many of our women have taken on this stock culture over here in Babylon the Great. And what's so sad about it, a lot of these women that have taken on this stock culture, they're passing it on to our little girls. Okay, this is the book of Job, and this is chapter 39, and this is verse 17. And it reads, because the Most High had deprived her of wisdom, neither had he imparted to her understanding. Okay, and see, the women that were, defending these trashy artists, that are pushing this wicked agenda, such as this thought culture and whatnot, they lack wisdom. Okay, because if they did have any wisdom, they would be somewhere quiet. Okay, and they would not be, defending these rappers, okay, that are pushing out this garbage music, that's pushing for our women and little girls to become THOTs. Okay, if these women, okay, that had any wisdom, these women, I'm saying that this Eve was saying that had taken to her the video that she had posted, and they were defending these female artists, and they were coming against the men who were speaking out against these female artists for the trashy music that they was pushing out. If these women had any wisdom, okay, they wouldn't be attacking the men, okay, who spoke out against these female artists, that are pushing this low vibration music, okay, which again is causing, many of our women and little girls to go off, okay. Here it is. I can remember, just recently, during these elections, you had Sexy Red. She came out not so long ago and she had said that, she was voting for Kamala, okay, because Kamala was for, unaliving our unborn seeds, okay. That's what Sexy Red, she had came out and said something along those lines, okay. And see, here it is. You had a lot of women that were cheering, Sexy Red on for what she was saying, okay. And what she had said was just pure madness, that is just pure madness, okay. Because basically, what she's saying is, she's for, the destruction, okay, of our, people, okay, because that's what this Planned Parenthood, that's what this, unaliving, our unborn seeds do, okay, it's destroying our people, and you had a lot of women, okay, that, were for Kamala, okay, because of her support for, unaliving our unborn seeds. Okay, and so basically, these women, okay, that were for Kamala, they're for the destruction of our nation, okay, which shows that they lack wisdom, okay. Okay, this is the book of Proverbs, and this is chapter 30, and this is verse 20. And it reads, such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and said, I have done no wickedness. Okay, and this is pretty much self-explanatory. Many of our women over here in Babylon the Great, they have become, adulterous women. Okay, many of our women, they're going around, licking on every other man's lollipop, bouncing around on every other man's rod, and here it is. And many of these women that are doing that, they see nothing wrong with it. They don't think that they have done anything wrong, But again, as I was saying, this type of behavior, this thought behavior, it's pushed very hard, on our people through the music, through social media, through television shows, it's pushed very hard on our people, it's pushed very hard upon our women and little girls, this thought culture, and see, and this is why, this place, Babylon the Great, has to be destroyed, because, wickedness is pushed out at an all-time high over here. And wickedness is covered on all levels over here. This place has to go. And those of us that are of the hope for the elect, we look forward to the downfall of this wicked queendom of Esau's, because that's what it is. It's a wicked queendom, and wickedness is covered on all levels over here, and once this place falls, the new righteous rulership comes in, that's going to be ruled over by our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shah, along with the 144,000 elect men of Israel. And in the new righteous rulership, everything is going to be turned right side up. Everything is going to be put back in order. Things are going to be done in righteousness, and not in wickedness like how Esau likes to rule, Okay, I got one more scripture I'm going to bring out, and then we're going to end the lesson. And this is in the book of Ecclesiasticus, and this is chapter 3, and this is verse 9. And it reads, for the blessing of the father established the houses of children, but the curse of the mother rooted out foundations. Okay. And see, men of Israel, this is why you have to be very careful when you're dealing with these women out here. Okay. If you don't have any children in this wicked queendom, this wicked society of Esau's, you're actually in a good place. Because again, as I was saying earlier, this place pushes out nothing but wickedness. Wickedness is covered on all levels over here. So again, if you don't have any children in this wicked society of Esau, you're actually in a good place. Because if you, another thing too, because if you get with, one of these wicked women, okay, and have children with, these wicked women, any good foundations that you may set up, okay, will more than likely get torn down by these wicked women, okay? Because here it is. I mean, Esau has given, these women liberty to run wild, okay? And many of our women, have taken the bait, okay? And many of our women have been deceived into taking on these wicked enchantments that's pushed out over here in Babylon the Great, okay? Many of our women have become rebellious, okay? And see, another thing too, as I was saying, here it is. I mean, you're having a lot of our women, okay, that are taking on this THOT culture and whatnot, and they're passing it on to our little girls, okay? And so again, men of Israel, if you don't have any children in this wicked society of Esau, you're actually in a good place, okay? And again, I'm not doing this lesson to, bash all of our women, because we have some women that have come back and they're trying to do right, But the majority of our women over here in Babylon the Great, they're just too far gone, They're just too far gone. And this is why the majority of our women over here in Babylon the Great are going to be destroyed. And again, as I was saying, only the elect man, lady, and children are going to be spared and delivered before the destruction comes to Babylon the Great. And so that's pretty much the point. I'm going to go ahead and end off here. I hope it was edifying. Once again, I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and double honors and respect to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Kwam Yasharal and Abal Babal. Shalom.